At the wheel time. Let's check out the Toyota Tacoma TRD Off-Road. All new for 2024. Standard I-Force 2.4-liter turbo engine, 278 horsepower, 370 pound-feet of torque, and all the goodies. Unique suspension for each grade of these vehicles. We'll get into that in a minute. 14-inch touchscreen, and those great TRD wheels, which really set it off. It's a great little pickup truck. Of course, it's 4-door. It's got a 5-foot bed. We'll talk about that bed in a little bit. And, of course, it has a decal that says off-road, so you can take it off-road. But truly, it does have a lot of great features in this. We'll talk about the tailgate in a little bit, which has a really great feature you only see on some of the bigger trucks. But great looking color. This was called Blue Crush metallic, and it was good looking color on this vehicle. It certainly was. It's not the cheapest vehicle out there, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But it is a very capable vehicle, and it is one that has a very high residual value. So you won't lose much money at all. We had some of the folks on from Consumer Reports not that long ago, and they were saying it's hard to find a used one under $20,000. On the inside, we got some nice leatherette with some perforations for heated and cooled seats. We got a nice pattern in there, a geometric pattern, which I think is nice. Kind of follows the styling that we've seen in the Sequoia and the Tundra and some of the other Toyota trucks. Bulky, lots of storage, big call outs for the names. Got a left side panel with some auxiliary connections there. This is kind of fun. Accessory ready. It says that in Morse code on this little hatch that you pull off. There's actually a code on the back that you can go to the accessory website. Got a bunch of different modes and easily can be moved into those different modes with the center console control. Big touchscreen, Android and Apple CarPlay are there. Wireless worked real well. Just a great pleasure to use. Controls, rotary controls. I didn't like the little screw look molded in there, but I did like the rubberized grips. I like the 360-degree view, which I think would be great off-roading, and I also think is just great in general. Out back, legroom a little tight, frankly, but headroom's good because it's a square, flat roof. Same upholstery, same treatment. On the back, the passengers get a couple of charging ports, and they do get an inverter, AC inverter output, which is nice. If you got something stowed back there, maybe a cooler or something like that takes AC power. Big call-outs on the doors for TRD. Pretty basic. You pull this lever, this strap, and then you can fold up the bottom of the seat, and then you kind of snap it back. Good storage under the rear seat, which is nice. Keep stuff out of the way. Keep it out of sight. Overall, as I said, very similar Toyota truck interior as to some of the other models you would see. Big call-outs for Tacoma on the dash, kind of chunky look, big knobs, and, there's that decal again. Check out this tailgate, Les. It is power down and power up. We had a bed mat. And then you notice that this bed is a lot deeper. That is one of the designs. I thought for a 5-foot bed, it looked like it could haul more. You also get an inverter output out back, too, which is nice. There's this storage here. I'm not sure. It could be for tie-down straps. That might be what goes there, but I'm not sure. But overall, nice, useful bed. It's 5 foot, but you can add a bed extender, and if you go into that accessory area, I believe towing for this is 6,400 pounds, and that's not bad at all. Under the hood, a engine without an engine cover. It looks a little rugged, but hey, they saved a couple of bucks. And as I said, it's got some pretty decent horsepower to it. You can get a hybrid version of this. But that's not the one we tested, but you can get that. 2 rod positions for the hood. I'm not sure why that is, but just something interesting. to pick up on. Blue Crush is the color, and I would say that is a really nice color, complements the looks of this vehicle well. So let's talk about it. It's not crash tested yet, but we have some other data on it. We have the fuel economy, which is not great, frankly. 19 city, 23 highway. So not great for an aggregate number of 21. But hey, if you're going to be rolling these big wheels and you got a raised up truck, who knows? It might not, that you might have a hard time getting some great mileage out of this. 4-wheel drive on demand, part-time 4x4, 2-speed electronically controlled transfer case, off-road tuned suspension with Bilstein shocks, coil spring multi-link rear suspension, and this did ride well, by the way. And then on the interior, fabric trimmed seats. We had the upgraded seats, which are Softex. We'll talk about that package in a minute. Actually, the TRD Off-Road Premium Package for the 5-foot bed. That's $8,800, but here's what you get. You get the Softex trim seats with heated and ventilated, 8-way power adjustable front seats, leather, that's both sides, leather trimmed heated steering wheel, 14-inch multimedia display, multi-terrain monitor, premium audio with JBL Flex portable speaker, which may be what went in that little compartment in the back. Wisely, they don't put that in the press vehicle. Moonroof, pre-wired auxiliary switches, which is nice if you want to add lights or whatever. AC inverter, digital rear view mirror, towing technology package, including the integrated trailer controller, power open and close tailgate, and power horizontal rear window. That was all $8,800. You also pop for the stabilizer disconnect mechanism, which disconnects the front stabilizer bar for more articulation in the front suspension. That was $1,230. Bed mat, $200. Ball mount, $70. Mini tie down, $45. And tailgate insert gunmetal, $89. Okay, so before options, this was $42,900. After options and the processing and handling fee, which is $1,495, total price $54,829. $54,829. Question is, where is it built? It is built in Mexico. I can't say that name. It looks like Guanajuato. Guanajuato. That's probably not the right way to say it, but overall, if you're looking for a Tundra in a smaller package, basically this is built on the same platform as the Tundra, and it is all new for 2024. So you're looking for a tough truck without all the extra weight, maybe this is for you. It certainly will last you a long time, that's for sure. And, there's a lot of options and a lot of different variations on the theme here. There are actually 3 different TRD models. This is the middle one. There's one that's even more involved, even more off-road capable, I'll say. It has the Fox shocks with the remote reservoirs and things like that. So there's a lot of choices here, just like any pickup truck. Ordering a pickup truck means you've got to do your research as to what you want, because there's a lot going on. But overall, great vehicle, rode well, and I'm sure it would do very well off-road. But hey, maybe you do want to go for the hybrid for a little bit better mileage.